Hello and welcome to the next video of my LPL 2024 preview series where we're going to cover Edward Gaming, otherwise known as EDG. A team that definitely, gives you a vibe like it's fallen off. And I mean, you're dropping off from Worlds here, so the last couple of years it's hard to match a World Championship. But I feel like vibes are just not the same with EDG. Last year, Scout leaves. This year, Mako is gone. And it's like EDG are trying to rebuild or are trying to turn the page. So 2021, they went 25-7, won Worlds. And then the last 2 years, they've went 21-11 in both splits. And this year, actually, in in spring, they were very good. I believe they went 13-5, if I'm not mistaken, and then went 9-8 in the no, that doesn't make any sense. 13-5, 13-3, 13-3. They had one of the best records in spring, honestly, and it just didn't work out for them in summer they had a lot of tumultuous. They had a lot of drama. Let's put it lightly. Leave had a lot of problems off the rift. Causing inter-team drama with his burner accounts. They bring in Uzi to play with Mako, and Uzi looked okay at times, but at the same time he looked like a player that had been away from it for a minute, and it was a mess. EDG was a mess. They couldn't replace Scout really, and they're making some changes. So they let Mako go. Mako went to top. Fofo joined Team Wii in mid lane. Uzi is back to being, I would assume, retired, and then About was a player that they had, a Korean import AD carry that is now on Ultra Prime's academy team in the LDL. They added Vampire. That is a massive question mark, and we'll get into that at the end. So in top lane, they have a ton of prospects. And it makes you wonder, why are you spending all this money in top lane when you don't even have a support that we know their age? So Ale, 22 years old, has shown an ability to play kind of everything up there. A very solid, good top laner. Is he great? No. But is he good at pretty much everything? Yes. And I would say it's like a 369 light situation. 114 games played, 2.9 KDA, 8.5 CS per minute, 53.2 KP. I mean, the KDA isn't perfect, but he also played a facilitator role often, so his KDA is going to reflect that. Great CS, 21.9 gold share, 494 damage per minute, 21.9 damage share, and that's indicative of the fact that he did play facilitator often. He played every different way you could play the lane. There's Fiora games in there. There's Ornn games. There's carry games in there. Like, he can do it all. 20 champions played. Renekton, Jax, Sion, his three most played. Those account for 47% of the games that he participated in. And that's three different looks, right? Renekton is more bruiser, where I consider Jax more finesse than bruiser. And then Sion is a pure tank, right? So that's that. But then behind him, they have two PCS top laners. So Solo Kill has been on the team for a while. He's 22 years old, hasn't had an opportunity in the LPL, and I really think that's a shame. 22 years old and still kind of screwed. We've seen Thanatos comparisons, but Thanatos is still 19 years old. So 67 games with Frank Esports in the PCS last year. 3.6 KDA, 8.5 CS per minute, 56.1 KP. These numbers are excellent. He was probably one of, if not the best top laners in the PCS. 22 gold share, 515 damage per minute, 23.1 damage share. At 15 minutes, on average, up 225 gold, 3 CS, 35 XP. Living up to his name, 24 solo kills, and 18 champions played, like I said, with Frank Esports. And right now, I assume he's either going to go back to the PCS again, or he's going to play on the LDL team. Ryu is behind him. Ryu is a player that played with J-Team in spring in the PCS, and then with EDG Young in the LDL in summer. These numbers are combined in 25 games. They're not great. 2.9 KDA, 7.1 CS per minute, 52 KP. I mean, that's rough. 19.2 gold share, 429 damage per minute. 8 champions played. 20 years old. he is not supplanting Solo Kill, but I imagine he's there with the notion that Solo Kill will not be playing in the LDL. Zhao Zhang, 21 years old. We've seen him play with Thunder Talk not too long ago, I think in 2022. 14 games played in the LDL this year, 2.5 KDA, 8 CS per minute, 60.5 KP, so more involved, giving up farm. 22-1 gold share, 567 567 damage per minute. So dealing damage when he's involved. 8 champions played in those 14 games. And that's the thing. Like, you have all these backup top laners. I could see Solo Kill playing right now, and I could see Zhao Zhang playing right now, to be honest with you. JJ, 22 years old, world champion jungler. 114 games played, 4 KDA, 5.3 CS per minute, 75 4 KP. He is a facilitator at his best. 3 out of every 4 kills, he was making a lot of things happen for EDG last year. 18.5 gold share, 345 damage per minute. That's just under 15% of damage. He had 15 champions played. Sejuani Maokai Wukong as his 3 most played. 54% of the games. JJ, an excellent jungler, does his job at a high level. The fact that Leaf criticized him behind his back like a coward, that is sus. Speaking of coward, we're going to talk about him in a second. Monkey, 19 years old, was a substitute on EDG last year, did not play a single game in any organized league. Coward was their LDL jungler. No age, 75 games played, 3.8 KDA, 5.5 CS per minute, 70.4 KP. I mean, that's solid. 19-1 gold share, 353 damage per minute, 12 champions played. And then here comes one of the 2 massive question marks. We have Fisher in mid lane. 19 years old, was a T1 prospect, then a Live Sandbox prospect, now is on EDG, and right now projected to start. I am wondering what their plan is in terms of bringing in a veteran. I thought that was what they were doing with Fofo last year, and it really wasn't it. In 15 games, 2 of these being in the LPL against Zhao, mind you, Fisher's numbers suck. 3.8 KDA, 8 CS per minute, 72.8 KP. I mean, yeah, if you're facilitating and you're playing Nautilus mid, okay, but 8's really low. At a lower level of play, 21-4 gold share, 628 damage per minute is nice, though, because he's involved, he's dealing damage. 6 champions played. Ari, Annie, Azir are 12 of those 14 games. So he did not play Nautilus all the games, so the CS was very bad. Coyote, age unknown. Stats are mixed. He roll shot from AD carry to mid lane. Right now projected to be the starting mid laner in the LDL for them. So with that in mind, I'm not going to give you half 80 carry stats. Saiku, 19 years old, played 43 games with EDG Young last year. 2.9 KDA, 8.3 CS per minute, 63 KP. I mean, that makes sense. He lost his job to an 80 carry. 21-6 gold share, 547 damage per minute, 12 champions played. We have Lef, a player age unknown, but actually looked good in spring. I don't know what happened, but in 11 games, he looked better than Saiku did. 7 KDA. I would say that that's worthy of sticking around. 8.7 CS per minute, 75.8 KP. 22-4 gold share, 641 damage per minute, and 8 champions played. Yeah, I would say he probably should have stuck around. So something went on there. I don't know. But he is, I mean, I assume to be the 4th string mid laner on this team. Leave, projected to be the starting 80 carry. So these numbers are from spring. They do not include the LDL numbers. I figured we have plenty of LPL numbers to go over, and Leave is no slouch on the Rift. He is very good. Off the Rift, like I said, you know, we know how he behaves. 59 games, 3.2 KDA, 9.7 CS per minute, 62.8 KP. So not very involved, more so getting gold and resources. And at a young age, that's fine. A rookie 80 carry. He was the 2nd best rookie 80 carry behind behind Pays last year. I said LP in my rookie video deserves more credit, and he does. But at the same time, I thought Leave alongside Mako looked very good. Now he doesn't have Mako anymore. That's something to note. 24-5 gold share, 649 damage per minute, 27-4 damage share. 12 champions played. Aphelios, Zeri, Lucian count for 61% of the champions played in spring. Of course, Lucian Nami being a bot lane. The Snake was their LDL AD carry for some parts when Leave wasn't playing in the LDL this past year. 30 games, he looked very good. Age unknown, 4.6 KDA, 10.5 CS per minute, 73 KP, over 26% of their team's gold. That is a massive carry. And when you take into account how little farm the mid laners are getting, maybe that's what happened. The Snake is just their carry. 674 damage per minute. 6 champions played in those 30 games. Little champion pool is something that I would say is a concern. We have Vampire. You look him up on Leaguepedia, there's nothing there in terms of age and in terms of playing. You know, I know people are going to say, yeah, but what about Nest? Or what about this? What about that? I'm not... There's no LDL stats. There's no organized stats where we're not doing Mickey Mouse tournaments, okay? This is a bold move. The Fisher move is bold enough, but this is some wild stuff right here. And there is no... Right now, there's not another support on the team at all in the organization. So this is definitely a bold move. A bold move. This is where Lamau should have ended up. If you want to play Vampire, that's fine, but bring in somebody else that can help. Bring them along in case he ints his face off. Poppy is the coach, 44-20 in best of threes in the LPL, 32-28 individual games, playoffs, regional finals, 5-6 internationally. Was the coach of LNG last year. An excellent coach in my opinion. I think a lot of people are giving him more crap than he deserves because LNG was a very good team last year with Scout and Tarzan, and the record speaks for itself. They went to Worlds. Now he does have his work cut out for him with this team, a team that he's acquiring, and I don't know. I mean, this is going to be this is going to take some work, to say the very least. You know, we just talked about BLG, and now we're talking about EDG, and this, like I said, progressively getting worse, and the vibe is not the same as the EDG of 2021 or even 2022 with Scout and Mako. Now it's a new chapter for EDG, and we'll see how it goes. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.